Morb-idden Planet is a dumb movie from the 50s. Why is it of note? Well, apparently it's one of those cinematically important films that only people who study film school will know about, because the story of the film is so forgettable and the pacing of the film is so f***ing boring. The first 30 minutes are a chore, as we spend most of it with a dozen interchangeable clones who all talk and look the same. They meet a professor on a planet who is called Dr. Morbius.
I am Morbius.
Yes, you heard me right, Dr. Morbius.
Dr. Morbius.
The jokes write themselves.
Time to die! No, it's Morbid time.
Essentially, there's some funky shit going on the planet, and the whole movie is discovering the reason why that funky shit is going on. It turns out it's because the planet used to be home to a bunch of super advanced aliens who did some funky Super Saiyan shit to advance them to the next stage in their super intelligent evolutionary cycle. It went bad, they all died, and Morbius has access to all their technology, and as a result of that, the deepest, darkest parts of his subconscious is what's causing a monster to go kill all of our clone heroes. The whole point is some folly of man human nature shit, but it isn't satisfying in any way because, one, we get spoon-fed this explanation at the climax of the film.
Like you, the crowd forgot one deadly danger. Their own subconscious hate and lust for destruction.
And it doesn't even make sense because the person who is meant to represent the folly of man is Morbius, who throughout the film has been nothing but nice to all of our clone heroes, being more than accommodating in every scene he's in, and only ever trying to help them.
But of course you must stay for lunch, gentlemen, and do forgive the ill manners of an old recluse.
Whatever that lunch was, it was certainly delicious.
Well, gentlemen, if I can be of any help to you in your preparations for the homeward voyage.
Well, thank you, sir, but
Last night our Klystron monitor was sabotaged.
And you suspect me. Then the time has come for clarification. Sit down.
The only clue that might hint he might secretly hate them is when the film says that he doesn't want them to be in control of all the alien tech.
That man is unfit as yet to receive such knowledge, such almost limitless power.
Whereas Morbius, with his artificially expanded intellect, is now ideally suited to administer this power for the whole human race.
Precisely, Doctor.
Which is dumb because he just spent the last 15 minutes of the movie explaining what all the alien tech was to the people that he didn't want to know about the alien tech.
Krell metal. Try your blaster there, Commander. On this screen may be projected the total scientific knowledge of the Krell from its primitive... Now, you can see that this headset was designed for something much bulkier than my human cranium. Each division recording exactly 10 times as many amperes as the one preceding it. 20 miles. 20 miles. This is one of their ventilator shafts. 7,800 levels and 400 other shafts like this one.
It's only right at the very end that we pretend, oh no, your subconscious hates us, no! The only clever thing about any of this is that Morbius is a play on the name for the Mobius strip. Get it? Because it's a loop, and we try to disconnect ourselves from our fundamental nature, but we just end up coming back to it. The aliens died because they forgot some fundamental element of their nature, and it came back to bite them in the ass, and a similar thing happens with Morbius. It's a nice little nod, I will give the film that. Besides that, the film is way more interested in its technical achievements than it is its story. It is essentially the Avatar film of the 1950s, and just because your film has a bunch of technical beauty doesn't mean it's a good film. Not to say that I didn't appreciate some of the filmmaking in the movie. It captured the vastness and scope of the aliens' technology extremely well.
Look down here. Look down, gentlemen. Are you afraid?
There were a few moments where the monster's terrifying presence was felt, due to a combination of the camera work and the ominous alien-sounding music.
This way, sir, slowly.
The The rest of the story is not so good. When our bunch of clones fight with the monster, they are very dumb. 3 people die because they all rush up to it, even though it's standing completely still and they all have space guns. Morbius has a daughter, and her only point in the story is for all the clones to be horny at her.
That was probably very clever, but I don't seem to understand it.
Well, there's no rush.
And so that she can be generic love interest to generic Captain Man, which I'm kind of annoyed about, because for a brief moment it felt like he had some depth to him.
Nothing human would ever enter your mind. Well, it so happens that I'm in command of 18 competitively selected super-perfect physical specimens with an average age of 24.6 who have been locked up in hyperspace for 378 days.
And then he becomes generic hero of the movie and loves the woman because he loves the woman. It's barely set up and sucks. What more can I say about it other than that? There are some funny jokes here and there, but this film is firmly in the camp of I appreciate it for its technical achievements, but I would never unironically watch it again or recommend it unless it were homework. It has the most paper-thin, one-dimensional characters ever, and a story whose beats are built on wet breadsticks, and really only exists to go, wow, look at all this cool stuff we made for the film. I appreciate the efforts, but you can still do that and have a good film. The two are not mutually exclusive. Right, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.